tiny dragon, big personality, and surprising survival tricks. This little dragon might be small, but which surprising body feature helps it survive in Australia's scorching outback? If you own an Ackie Monitor, especially the dwarf-sized variety, then you're already familiar with how deceptively mighty these little spiny-tailed lizards can be. Whether yours is currently lounging on a warm rock or burrowed deep under substrate like the professional escape artist it is, one thing's for sure, the Ackie Monitor is a master of miniature reptilian charm with a side of sass. Now let's be clear right away, just because it's called a dwarf monitor doesn't mean it wants a tiny shoebox to live in. Nope, this little explorer has big dreams. The enclosure size is one of the first things Ackie owners need to get right. You might have started with a 4-foot long, 2-foot wide, and 2-foot tall setup, but if you've seen your Ackie pacing the glass like it's doing laps in a gym, you know even that can feel small. Ackies are built to roam, explore, and dig like they're on a mission to reach the Earth's core, so if you've got the space, upgrade that enclosure. A longer, horizontally oriented space helps mimic the open Australian landscape they naturally thrive in. Think of it like this. Your little ridge-tailed dragon is basically a couch potato who also runs marathons underground. Speaking of marathons, have you checked your heating and lighting setup recently? These creatures aren't called basking champions for nothing. The basking spot should clock in somewhere between 120 to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. That's right, your monitor is sunbathing like it's on vacation in a desert. But while one end is hot enough to grill a sausage, the cool side should stay around 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Why the temperature tango? Well, Ackies, like other reptiles, regulate their body temperature externally. It's like choosing between the pool and the jacuzzi depending on your mood. Oh, and don't forget the UVB lighting. No, it's not mood lighting. It's essential for calcium absorption and preventing the dreaded metabolic bone disease. Without it, your Ackie could end up with bones as wobbly as a jello tower in an earthquake. Now on to one of their favorite hobbies, digging. These little beasts could give gold miners a run for their money. If you haven't given your Ackie at least 8 inches of deep substrate, it's probably judging you right now. Topsoil, sand, and cocoa fiber are excellent options for simulating their natural environment. A mixture helps maintain humidity and allows for serious burrow engineering. And don't be surprised if one day your monitor completely vanishes like a magician's assistant. They're probably just playing hide and seek under 6 inches of dirt. That brings us to our first trivia moment. Ackie monitors are often mistaken for which larger monitor species due to their pattern and tail shape? Drum roll, please. The Savannah monitor. Yep, people often confuse them, but there are some big differences. Literally, Savannah monitors are chunkier and lazier. Meanwhile, your Ackie is the squirrel on espresso of the monitor world. Smaller, quicker, and with way more personality. Now that we've settled that mix-up, let's talk about the Ackie diet, also known as the reason your dubia roach colony lives in fear. Ackies are carnivores through and through. We're talking crickets, dubia roaches, black soldier, fly larvae, and yes, the occasional pinky mouse when you want to treat them to a buffet. The trick is variety. Imagine eating only cornflakes every day for life. Sad, right? Your Ackie feels the same way about just crickets. Also dust those bugs with calcium and multivitamins. It's the reptile version of a daily smoothie. Now here's a funny story from a seasoned Ackie owner. Their lizard pulled a classic disappearing act. This brings us to story number 1, the burrow prankster. Apparently the Ackie had dug such a complex tunnel system that it went full-on ninja mode for 3 whole days. The owner thought the worst, panicked, flipped over every rock and hide in the enclosure, and then suddenly this little spiny-tailed goofball popped its head out of a burrow entrance, blinked sleepily, and acted like, "What's the problem? I was just napping underground like a respectable lizard." All right, ready for another trivia challenge? How many toes does an Ackie Monitor have on each foot? And why does it matter? The answer is 5. That's right, these lizards come with a full toe count per foot, and those toes are no joke. Each one helps with climbing, digging, and darting after live prey with the grace of a ninja and the appetite of a teenage boy at a buffet. Let's move on to behavior. Ackie monitors are among the most handleable and friendly of the monitor clan. That doesn't mean yours will instantly jump into your arms and snuggle. This isn't a romantic comedy. It takes time, consistency, and food bribery. Think of it like dating someone who only eats insects. Start with tongue feeding. Let your monitor associate your hand with tasty snacks. Eventually, you can ease into short handling sessions. Some Ackies even come to the front of the enclosure when they see their they're human. Whether it's love or hunger is up for debate, but hey, it's still cute. Now, behavior brings us to trivia question 3. Which surprising Ackie behavior helps them regulate their temperature in the wild? Answer: thermal stacking. That's not a sci-fi weapon. It's their clever way of burrowing in soil layers, adjusting their position to find the right temperature. It's basically like having built-in climate control without paying the electric bill. Genius, right? Since we're on the subject of cleverness, have you noticed your Ackie reacting to specific sounds? That brings us to story number 2, the treat thief. One proud Ackie parent discovered their monitor could recognize the sound of the dubia roach bin opening. Every single time they walked past it, the Ackie would bolt to the front of the enclosure and start doing a wiggly dance, pressing against the glass like a lizard trying out for a music video. The owner now has to open the bin in another room just to avoid the guilt trip. Time for another trivia moment. What unusual method do Ackie monitors sometimes use to defend themselves? The answer: they puff up and hiss, then whip their tails like tiny Indiana Joneses. Seriously, the tail whip is real. It's not just for show either. It can sting if you're on the receiving end. And let's be honest, watching a tiny lizard go full action hero is oddly entertaining. Let's talk personality again, because these dwarf-sized dragons have plenty. One moment they're digging a hole like they're looking for buried treasure, and the next they're basking dramatically like royalty. The ridge along their tail gives them that armored knight look, and when they walk with that confident swagger, it's like watching a runway model with a passion for insects. Each Ackie has its own quirks. Some are bold and outgoing, practically yelling, "Feed me, human." Others are shy introverts who act like you just walked in on their diary session. Now for trivia question 5. What does the Ackie nickname come from? Time for a little science lesson. It's short for their species group, Varanus acantharus, the spiny-tailed monitor. So technically, your Ackie has a noble Latin name, which makes them sound like a Roman emperor with a fondness for basking in bugs. Back to our earlier question. Which surprising body feature helps it survive in Australia's scorching outback? Drumroll, please. It's their tail. That long whip-like tail not only helps them defend against predators like a scaly nunchuck, but it also stores fat. That means your Ackie carries a backup energy bar with it at all times. Useful, very stylish, absolutely. So next time your Ackie monitor swings that tail, basks under its UVB spotlight, or completely disappears into its self-dug fortress, remember, you're not just housing a pet. You're cohabiting with a tiny desert warrior who's smarter than it looks, cuter than it knows, and sassier than most reality TV stars. If you found this video helpful or just smiled, picturing your Ackie doing its signature belly wiggle dance, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment below and tell us which of your Accie's quirks made you laugh out loud. And hey, check out our other videos for more exotic pet adventures. Your little dragon deserves the royal treatment, and so do you, brave reptile parent. Next up, can harlequin-crested geckos actually see in the dark, or are they just excellent guessers with sticky feet? Some owners claim their geckos navigate pitch-black rooms with ninja precision. Is it night vision, instinct, or pure lizard luck? Subscribe and tune in next time as we explore the surprising science behind gecko senses.